All right, well, I'm going to pass the mic, as it were, on to Sheila and Marianne, and they're going to be talking about forming meaningful bonds at Tutors Talk. This is a really vital part of our tutoring program. So, ladies, you are on.
I don't see Marianne. Maybe she's having technical difficulties.
I think you're right. I don't see her either.
Okay, so I'm going to wing it because she was going to do the overview, but I'll wing it along with Jack.
Okay.
So when I started, Lainey was my contact person. And I went through the training with Kim, and that was very good. But at that time, after the training, you were kind of on your own. And so I don't have a background as a teacher. So I got with Lainey and I said, okay, this is what I need. I need to speak to somebody about resources. I need to speak to somebody about doing Zoom better. I need to speak to somebody about what they do. And Lainey was wonderful and connected me with Carol, who gave me some Zoom training. She connected me with Aaron about resources. She connected me with Jim Kelly, which Jim was a great resource for me, and I was able to observe one of his classes, and he gave me some resources. So she brought it all together for me. But as we all know, Lainey does a lot. And so I said, there seems to be a piece missing. If I were to have maybe somebody as a designated mentor who would tell me how they do it and hints for what works for them and what doesn't work for them. And then we had a meeting and we brainstormed, and with Marianne and Lainey and a few other people, we also came up with Tutors Talk. So that meets every 2 months, and that's for tutors, new or experienced or whatever, who have issues and concerns and who want to talk about things. And that's a platform for that. And then also, Jack and I are trading off with new tutors that come in and reaching out to them and seeing if they need anything or have any questions. And so we can be their designated person. And so far that's working pretty well. I hope to have more new tutors that can reach out to us. And I'm going to turn it over to Jack and for him to talk about his experience.
Well, Marianne has rejoined us, and I think she had wanted to mention several things. So let me defer to her, and I'll be happy to come back. Marianne, would you go over some of the bullet points that you
Yes,
outlined?
I would be glad to. I don't know my computer kicked off the connection, so I'm not sure what's been said, but I'll tell you what I wanted to say. It's been a wonderful work group that's worked together and come up with these ideas. It just felt like the tutors were tenuously connected with the Literacy Council, because somehow, we're used to seeing them or being more contacted. So this seemed to be a way that we needed to find to be more connected with the tutors. And we've had about a 12 to 14 average number of folks who come to these meetings. And it has been really good, because we've not only shared resources with them, but they've shared resources that they found with the other tutors, which is always really good. One of the things that we did was Lainey and a number of people who have used it have presented the side-by-side program. They did a demonstration of how to use it to the tutors. It's an online program and a paper print program. So it suits a lot of people because it covers both sides. And they have been given a demonstration on how to do that with ESL students. We also have done some ideas of finding potential students and asking for help from the tutors about where would we find new students, new tutors, and so forth. And so it's been an opportunity for some exchanges about that. It has been really encouraging to see the fact that the tutor processing has continued. The tutor process, can't say it, that the tutor process has actually continued through this time when we've had so many barriers. And I was just incredibly impressed when I tuned in and saw what the board had been doing. So we are exchanging resources, we're presenting on side by side, and we hope that in the future, we'll be able to continue developing the tutor mentoring program that Sheila told you about. Jack, do you have anything you'd like to add?
I was just thinking that maybe we talked about what needs arose as a result of this work. And I would say it seems to be that observation as a starting point is, it seems to be, there's a lot of interest in somebody's ability, in a new tutor's ability to observe a session at least once before beginning. And I think, if we can maybe set that up on a regular basis, it could even become something that occurred after Kim is finished with training. Maybe the next step would be watch a session with an experienced tutor at least once, get comfortable, and then go on and take a student of your own. So I would say that's one thing that has come up. I mentioned at Tutor Talk the easy availability of books, whether it's side by side or some other book. So I won't repeat any of that now, but I just want to get the word out that we have books, first of all, in our own in our own office, plus to the extent that it's needed by students who don't have the means, we'll purchase the books for them. We just don't want books ever to stand in the way of a good tutoring session. And I think those were the main points.
Since most of the delivery is over Zoom, does that extend to acquiring side-by-side licenses for new tutors? Or do they have to purchase that out of pocket?
I think, we're doing it on a pretty much individual basis and an as-need basis. Mm-hmm. And that even includes tutors themselves. I mean, the tutors themselves are already making a contribution. They don't need to buy their own book out of pocket. Many people just go ahead and do that, which is great. It's a contribution. But even that is something that's covered. And I think, if side-by-side online is a help to people, and we need licenses, and we need to have funds to back it up, I think we'll find the money.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah, but you do need to know that as a tutor, we have permission from Side by Side to use their e-books, and I have a link to those if you want to use it. You just need to let me know if you don't have the link. They're free and they're easy to use online. The activity books are not easy to use, but the books themselves, Side by Side 1 through 4, are really easy to use online. Yeah.
And they're great because they're situational. So jobs, visiting the doctor, everything that students are going to run into in life.
I agree with you. And I had never seen Side by Side until, I don't know, a couple of months ago, 3 or 4. And I think it's terrific. It really looks good to me. I haven't used it myself, but it looks great.
Okay, thank you, Sheila, Marianne, and Jack.